Remember, years ago they used to just color everything solid. Things were pretty much solid. They didn't do a lot of blending of colors for the simple fact they didn't have a lot of colors they could blend. But now that you do, you can make use of that and change some of that stuff around. Give it a little spray here, you can see where we're at. You can see that green's much more intense now than the old green was. The yellow that I'm going to put in here will do kind of last when I do the outside of that halo, that glow. We'll do that with the yellow tips too. So we'll do this green and then we'll just leave that alone for a minute and do the next set of colors here. We put a little bit of purple in there. And that's about it for that green. That's all we want to get on that. What we're going to do now, I'm going to put that purple in on the robe. Same thing again, I'm not going to do anything real heavy color. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to highlight it. And this is a whole new color now because it never had this before, so that's what we were talking about. Adding new stuff to it will give it a different look. The purple will look a little dark on this background until it heals because there's some blood in the skin, so maybe a little hard to distinguish it at first, but when it heals up, it's going to be a nice, intense purple. Just where you black shade it is where you want to start that color heavier and then just sweep it out a little bit so it gets a nice look to it. It's not, again, I hate that coloring book look, so you don't want to do that. Start seeing how that purple spilling in. I'm just going to follow around all these little folds in the material. And that's it for the purple. I'm just going to put in some blue in this eye. I'm going to use some real intense blue in these eyes. They originally had blue in them. We want to keep them that way. And this you want to put in real solid. This is not going to be shaded in. Because you want those to be very intense when it's healed up. Make sure you fill it in real solid, get it all in there. And then we wipe that off and you'll see the difference in that. That makes the eye stand right out when you see it now. Almost, that's about it for dark colors. Then we're gonna go in and we're gonna highlight with the yellows now. Start with these rays, and you're going to want to color those all the way around. Like I was saying before, these rays have still some grayish background to them, and it doesn't matter. This yellow is going to cover right over it, and it will lift those right back up out. I'll wipe this off here in a second and I'll show you what it's starting to look like. And then we'll go through it and you'll see what it looks like when it's all finished with the yellow. But that's what we're doing now. We're just bringing that yellow into the orange. So we're going to continue on and go all the way around that. Now you can see what it looks like. We got the yellow all the way around, blended into the orange. We only got a couple more spots to put some yellow highlights in. We're going to do that on the crown. That's why I left that green open like that. And there you know, when you're highlighting it, different things. You don't, again, you're not going to color it solid. You're just going to put some highlights in it. Add a little bit new color to it. You can go right over greens with yellow if you got some green. In fact, a lot of old tattoos have green in them, so, you know, by doing what I'm doing here, going over with yellow, it'll even bring out some of the old green color in it. The yellow will kind of blend and you'll be able to see right through it. It'll have a green tint to it. We used to use a lot of green ink back then. And that's pretty much it for the yellow highlights in there. And you can see that it just made that crown of thorns just stand out a little bit better. Just made it look a little more intense. The last thing I'm going to do on here is I'm going to just take a little bit of white and I'm going to put some white highlights in it. And that's a color that they definitely didn't use 20 years ago, except to blend colors. This particular tattoo, though, I should say, had a little bit of white in it down in here, but it didn't last real long. It turned a grayish color. These pigments we have now are a lot better, so this white that we're going to put in here, and I'm just going to do some white highlights around the robe and a little bit in that eyeball on there. And again, this is going to be hard to see until it heals up because the blood in the skin with the white, you know, turns it kind of a pinkish color, and it's almost the same color as the skin. But it'll definitely add a nice look to the tattoo when it's all healed up. That's all we do on the robe, and then just in the pupil you want to put a little white dot in there. That'll help bring out the intensity of the eyes when it's healed. I'm going to wipe that off so you can see pretty much what we did. And there you have it. That's what it looks like. Those little white highlights in the eyes and in the cloak will make it really stand out nice after it's all healed up. And you're pretty much done.